playing to their strengths.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what the map is. I don't know, so very excited to see where we're going to go and how they're going to approach it, because I think, what were do you recall the bans? I think it was
Braxis and then
BOE.
the BOE. Yes, those are the two that have been banned out. I just got word in, we're going to Cursed Hollow.
Okay.
We're going fast for you guys. We're not going to play around. We're jumping into Game 5, no graphics, all that fun stuff. As soon as the players are ready to go, we're going to jump into the draft and just figure out what they want to play. So our players are now joining the lobby. Cursed Hollow is a staple of Heroes of the Storm.
Yep.
It's the battleground that we have probably seen the most played throughout all of esports history when it comes to Heroes of the Storm.
A great map to decide it on.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm very happy about for Phase 1 here of the HGC Europe is that, we had moments in 2016 where very important series were decided on maps that can sometimes limit people's control. We saw like Blackheart's Bay kind of in there and stuff like that. And it kind of, for me, a little bit took the wind out of some of the sails of those series.
Sure.
But for this, Cursed Hollow, no way. This is even. This is down to the wire. This is a map it should be decided on between two outstanding teams.
Yeah, it's from 2 minutes on. Every single moment in Cursed Hollow is pretty much figured out, which ends in the player skill and how they want to handle the scenarios, and that's where we see all the variety, right? It becomes player-based. At 2 minutes, you go for those giants. Do you go for an invade? Do you grab your own? Do you try and just hope that the tribute spawns on your side?
Right.
And then from the game, it's just go, 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 go as we play strategy versus strategy. So we have all of our players in now, and we are moments away from moving into the draft. In fact, moments away in terms of now. We're doing it. It's draft time. Cursed Hollow, Game 5, Misfits taking on Fnatic. Tied series winner wins the series.
All right, at this point, Tassadar is bound to be a ban. I just don't know which on which side. And Zeratul. Okay, this is a cool adaptation from Fnatic. They've realized that in the last couple of games, that Neurock Zeratul, in fact, it's been the playmaker. They have won the games where they had Neurock Zeratul, and they have lost the games where they did not.
Yeah, they aren't even going for a massive hit 3 people and then blow people up conversations. They realize that Fnatic is too good in that scenario. What they're doing is isolating key members in isolated moments that are so important for them to nail there. Misfits thinking about the ban here, potentially getting rid of ETC, which would leave Fnatic open with the Tassadar.
That's true. Oh, don't know if I like that.
Well, the thing is Fnatic hasn't indicated they want to run Tassadar.
Okay.
They continuously ban it, but now they decide to go out with Zeratul. Does Fnatic take away the Tassadar here and set themselves up for the late game Ildens, the late game Valas, or even the late game Tracer?
I'm just scared that Tassadar is on the board at all here at this point for either side, whoever ends up taking it, because that can open up, again, a plethora of comps, as you were mentioning, so this could get very, very scary.
I do want to note that Misfits has not shied away from the Tracer Tassadar comp in the past. In past qualifiers, they've given it away to their opponents and just beat them with sheer skill. Sylvanas and Illidan is one of their favorite go-tos for breaking down those comps. But now that Fnatic takes Ragnaros, the instant pickup for Misfits here is Tassadar and Vala. If I'm Fnatic, you take Malfurion now. Malfurion and Tassadar together are insane. Not because of the heals, it's because of the Innervate. The Innervate on Tassadar continues to give him the ability to pop out shields like crazy, and you just win the lane phase. You can trade all day.
Yeah, he doesn't have to base. Very rarely does he. So let's see where Fnatic is going to go. At least they've got themselves Ragnaros. Of course, the best hero in the game. As we will see Fnatic, I assume, leaning over to one of their warriors at least.
Yeah, I think they get the warrior. They want Breeze on here. They take Malfurion, and then from there they fill out the rest of the draft. They have a relatively large hero pool to pull from. You just don't want to empower that Vala so much.
Yeah. I think they do just go solo warrior in this game, because we'll be on the Ragnaros, which would normally be their go-to secondary warrior. Krakenix on the Muradin, no qualms with that. It was pretty good. Muradin will get locked in.
Take Brightwing. Malfurion's up here. I mean, if Misfits wants to go that route, they can. There is the other thing that Malfurion can be banned out on this ban face here, and I imagine Fnatic would like to go that route. Misfits here, what is their choice to get rid of here with Brightwing and Muradin being the pickup? Do you get rid of the Falstad just to keep away those global comps? This is a map that they do benefit from. Cursed Hollow, being able to rotate around and have that Mighty Gust when the double boss phase is happening can be very impactful and powerful. Tyrael also one of the great heroes for when it comes down to the double boss things. And actually Tyrael's being highlighted now as a ban because of that holy ground and the late game shenanigans he can pull off.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they would even go. I'm still wondering if they will even go down the route of a second warrior here, Fnatic. So Misfits seems to think so. So if they do go for that ban, it'll be an interesting one. I'm a little bit skeptical, I'll be honest.
Well,
change it. Yeah, right, exactly. Get rid of Tychus, something like that, because I don't think double warrior is in the minds of Fnatic right now.
They elect to take out the fall stat here. So Muradin, Brightwing, Rhinos available. Fnatic, you get rid of Malfurion here, or you risk the possibility that Bala and Tassadar would like to have that hero on their side?
I'm not sure. The thing is, though, is to just come back to what we just saw with the fall stat ban. If there was anything to push them towards a double tank, now might actually be that kind of ban might be the ban. You know, ban out Quacknix on Falstad. They might pick up Tychus themselves on the other side, which then says to Quacknix, then what are you going to play?
Yeah.
So kind of pushing them down that route and still having Tychus as the tank buster to deal with a double warrior front.
Fnatic mulling over this thought here.
There's
what
so much
they would
to
like
consider.
to ban. Yeah, there is so much to consider. They elect to get rid of Dahaka. Does Misfits go for the Malfurion Tassadar combo? That's my question here. If that is so, they probably run Solo Warrior and then an extra damage here, and you just let Vala do everything. You could also run double tank, and you already have double support. Vala could be a major pain.
I think Tychus, Tychus and Diablo. Oh,
For
God,
Misfits here?
Yeah, there's so much. There's so much. After 4, this is the problem. After you get 4 games of these two teams going up against each other, there's so much to think. Okay, so they go Tyrael themselves and Rhaegar.
I'm interested in why they didn't pick up the Malfurion, but I'm going to get off of that train there because obviously Misfits knows more than I do. Rhaegar and Tyrael here.
I think it's not necessary.
I just feel like it gives you so much trade potential in lane that you can just get far ahead. It's just such a strong combo. It's more Tracer-based, but I feel like Vala just does just as much. Back to Fnatic here, the 4th and 5th slot. We're going to need some more damage here, and then what they want to roster on that 5th pick is certainly something they have to deal with. They need to be able to handle Tyrael, his sanctification. You need patience to be able to float around all that, and so you need heroes that are a little durable, as well as heroes that can keep your teammates up and alive. Smaxy's Brightwing did really well as solo support last time, so they might not need a second support here.
I'm going to write something down. I highly doubt it will happen, but I don't think it will happen at all. But
maybe. Medivh, Tychus.
That's the wild card.
Okay. So they now have Medivh on their side here, which gives them solid engagement. Gosh, fights are going to last a year, it feels like. After seeing what we've already witnessed them, Medivh takes the element that we witnessed in last game and just times that by 10 with the Force of Wills, the portals. It's going to be a dance of dragons, if you will. The 5th pick here for Misfits. Do you want a second tank here? I don't feel like that's the choice, as you already have double support and you go for more damage, but what's going to be the choice? If you go Li Ming, Medivh at 16 with reabsorption can turn a fight on you.
Yeah, it's not the best thing to run into it. More frontline? What do you think? I think maybe more frontline, have something to help Tyrael out.
And you put everything into Vala's hands. Greymane's also an option. He does enough burst damage to actually deal with Medivh's Force of Will in those 5 seconds that the cooldown is down. Lunara. We haven't seen a Lunara in forever. Brightwing does decent against the heals, but usually you want double support, but Medivh's kind of a pseudo support, but Lunara being the choice here, being bolstered by both Tassadar and Rhaegar.
If there's any team in Europe to bring out a Lunara and have success with it, I think it's Misfits.
Yeah.
They were the one team in the European regionals last year that decided, actually we're just going to run Lunara every game, and actually we're just going to win with Lunara every game. So they are definitely well versed with it. Who is playing the thing? Okay, so it is Shrimpy playing on the Medivh, which comes back to kind of what I was talking about with his progression through Heroes of the Storm. And then now we'll find out if he's like how strong he's going to be on that and how much of a playmaker he's going to be on this Medivh.
Okay, interesting. Well, we're getting ready to go into Cursed Hollow. I want to see how Lenara shakes out, as it's going to be this weird tug of war of these fights being sustained out. Here we go, game number 5, Cursed Hollow. Misfits taking on Fnatic, 2-2. Winner walks away victorious.
Winner walks away with a strong position here in Europe. To the left-hand side, we have Misfits in the blue here on Cursed Hollow, with Blumby going to be on Tyrael, Splendor on Rehgar, Hasuobs on Tassadar, Nurok on Lunara, and Darkmok on Valor. It's the one range that we see him kind of bouncing around with from time to time.
What a wonderful way to end this series. Game number 5 on Sunday in the weekend here for HGC Europe in the debut. For those that have been home watching and hanging out with us all weekend, thank you so much for spending your time here. We certainly do appreciate it, and we do appreciate these teams, man, bringing out their A game and just showing us what high-level Heroes of the Storm is all about.
This is what you expect from HGC Europe, and this is what you will get. This is what is delivered. You get 4 fantastic games already between the very best in Europe, and as HGC England, as HGC Europe, we're not part of Europe anymore, keeps going on, you will see all the teams reach higher and higher to try and get to these spots. Now, Splendor in a bit of trouble there, has to dodge away from the Living Meteor, and from that point on, he'll be okay.
Something to know, an old build has popped up here for Misfits. We have Even in Death on Tyrael. Tyrael is assuming that he will be killed in these fights. He's also now, with Even in Death, has the ability to use its basic abilities, so he can now use the E for the movement speed. He also gets to Eldruins onto a target. They want to make sure that if Tyrael is taken out, they have a takedown set up. One thing that Lenara does very well is she does dampen health bars relatively well with her poisons and gets people down to half health. The follow-up is you need some kind of kill. Tyrael now provides that and can get a 1-for-1 trade.
This is a very interesting approach that we're seeing from Misfits, and I don't mean just like the usual caster, oh, that's very interesting. I mean, this is something that I haven't really seen too much of before at all. So Tyrael Solo Warrior is generally something that is complemented by heavy sustained talents, not necessarily the will to, I'm gonna die, as you mentioned.
Sure.
And then from that point, it feels like they always know that they're going to sacrifice that one, the Tyrael, in a fight, and then everyone will mop up from that point on. So, oh God, to round it out, this is going to be great.
Yeah, it is. And you start to wonder here, do they even go Sanctification with double support already? You can, for the most part, negate a lot of the damage. Do you go Judgment and just make sure Fnatic is stuck there fighting you? After a Force of Will goes down, you have 5 seconds. You use Judgment, you go in there, blow all your cooldowns. If you die, you can clean up a target.
Maybe Sanct's the way, and then afterwards just, yeah, hope that you've done enough during your life.
We'll see how it shapes up here as we are 5-5, both teams engaging. Blumby low on HP.
Yeah, the one thing, though, is that might put a wrench in their works is the fact that Medivh is on the field. That Force of Will is just so powerful at negating that damage coming out from when, you know, a very telegraphed trait of Tyrael is about to go off.
That's true. Okay, well, Quagnix is up in the top right, starting to get the tribute already for his team. Wubby zoning out. Schwimpy shows up with the Medivh here, providing all vision for the team. Brightwing is in the bottom lane dealing with Lenara. Wubby is going to be engaged on by Blumby as he starts the initiation.
In quite deep there is Shrimpy just going to fly on about. Ragnaros is going to delay with Molten Core here. And Shrimpy may land if he needs to. You can see that Molten Core's up, so they just back off from that tribute. There's no point in them contesting it at all.
Especially with Medivh floating around, revealing where you're at.
Yeah.
Ragnaros is guaranteed to hit those shots.
And actually, that's a small thing. Like, Medivh could have been flying around a little bit, so he could have hit those extra shots on towards them, just adding a little bit of damage. Nice fall through there by Quacknix on the Tychus.
Also starts the channel, but Muradin's coming in from behind. Wubby, though, taking some damage here from Blumby.
He's going to die.
And yes, Blumby goes for the engage. There is no ammo in this turret, so Blumby does escape. Quacknix trying to chase in. Breeze here with the auto attacks. Can Blumby get away? No, but remember, Even in Death is still up, and that is a dead Quacknix.
Yeah, that's 2 for 1 in the end, so really well done there by Misfits. They haven't channeled the tribute just yet, but Shrimpy, I don't think he has any opportunity to go over there and start delaying that. That will be a curse, a tribute over to Misfits. and they got a full fort during all of that as well. Great start for them.
They still had soaking during that. They had Lenara run from the bottom lane to the mid lane and keep up with the soak. So they're slightly ahead here at about 8.5 here in experience, whereas Brighton was in the bottom trying her best to keep up with the experience. Quite a misstep there. This series, Game 5 for Misfits and Fnatic, some of the best Heroes of the Storms I have ever witnessed.
Yep. That's what we are witnessing right now. Thank you very much for that tweet. Keep them coming in with the hashtag HGC, but he's on the money. This series has been explosive, outstanding. There's not enough descriptives for this series, Trixler.
The best part is you get it every week here on this channel, twitch.tv/BlizzHeroes, both Europe and North America. So continue to keep tuning in, and we'll make sure our teams keep continuing to provide these awesome games. These two will have to face off again later down the line.
How telegraphed is this, is the question. Right now, Medivh is down towards the bottom, keeping eyes on Tyrael. Oh, that curse. Oh, God, that hurts.
That does hurt.
To come up there.
Everyone naturally moves in that direction. Hasselhoff to pop Oracle just because he wants to check all the bushes and he sees that you're doing a boss. Unfortunate for Fnatic, but you can see the wheels turning and why they went that route. Splendor will start channeling the tribute. Breeze in the bottom left. He might have to dive in on this. Wow, Splendor, go ahead and then stop his own channel.
If you can get away with a boss just before your opponents get 10 compared to you, actually though, diving in through to middle there with the portal, looking for a kill on towards someone. Don't quite get anything done at all though. Quick reactions from Fnatic. Breeze might be in trouble.
Oh no, a little miscommunication there. Breeze is like, oh, I see a Lenara, I'm gonna get Bambi. And the other team was like, no, we're gonna go to our fort.
Bloodlust.
We're low on HP. The Bloodlust is popped 10 here for the team. The portal is gonna be helpful for Wubby, but he is taken out of the fight. Blumby low on HP, but with that smite, the movement speed will be enough to escape the fort dive.
Yeah, Darkmock there with his Rain of Vengeance to catch a Wubby just as he came out of that portal was pivotal in grabbing them that kill as well. Very well executed here by Misfits. They've just gained momentum from game to game to game. They've looked like more refined as the series has gone on, and it looks really powerful right now.
That it does, and there's still a tribute for them. And I like how they didn't hustle to get over there and grab that tribute. They realize they still have an advantage. It's small, but there's still a quarter of experience away before the opposing team gets 10. Fnac's doing their best to delay it here, as they would like to grab their heroic powers here and go for an engage. Ragnaros luckily giving them the best duration of delaying this tribute.
All right, so just little pokes here and there. Misfits just backing away. They do have them level 10 now against them. Draken Laser Drill, Leyline Seal. We will have Sulfura Smash, Avatar, as well as Blink Heal coming out for Fnatic. Oh, they got this. This is really well played.
They hit 10 here, and their power spike goes up. Misfits decides to pull away for now, and now we are currently 1-to-1 in tribute spawns.
I mean, that tribute was active for, that's the second tribute. It was active for what, 2 or 3 minutes during this game? Oh, that's just the back and forth, the absolute matchup that we see between these two teams is just, yeah. It's a pleasure.
That it is. Schwimpy keeping up with the pressure on the bottom lane. Does see that Lenara is here. And now we move to the part of the game where it's a bit more about rotations, finding out what the next tribute will be. And if your opponent is ever out of position, those boss steals could be one of the things that you have to consider. The fort in the middle lane, low on HP. All the Misfits decide to group up and start applying the pressure to it as Lenara stays in the bottom lane.
All right, so bringing down another fort. Good stuff by Misfits. Keeping on, really kind of cordoning off Fnatic and what they actually want to do. There's also Lunara down towards the bottom going one-on-one, so not doing too bad herself. She's not even going one-on-one. There's just a little bird flying around, so it's all about the tribute now. Let's see how they're going to control this. Tassadar in prime position to slow anyone down with a Storm or keep eyes on people with Oracle.
Specs is watching the top lane here, trying to keep up with the experience. Just getting a lane pushing could be good for Fnatic, and Misfit takes the opportunity to set up and start channeling on this tribute. Schwimpy in the back line will toss the portal so they can go engage, and they jump on Rhaegar. Splendor, though, tries to retreat. There's a Sulfura Smash, and they get the takedown.
Oh, God, that was so well executed, and they're all out as well just for that one kill on towards Rhaegar. Now they just have to sit around Bright Ring for a while, heal up, Shrimpy with the plays. That portal was glorious.
I like the laser being dropped too next to the portal. If they want to come in and engage the opposing team, they have to take damage.
Yeah.
And you can alter it to who is taking the damage during that fight. All they do now is wait for another portal to pop up. They go for the tribute, and there we go. Fnatic takes the first leave and alters here 2-1 over their opponent. However, they're still lagging behind in experience.
I'm so happy in Europe we have the god tier Medivhs. It's great to watch that. And now Shrimpy here, just keeping eyes on them, looking about, seeing where Blumby and Dartmog are going to rotate on around to. But the next curse becomes something of an issue here for Misfits, or the next tribute, I should say, because they're not going to have a talent tier advantage, which they previously could have potentially had if it weren't for that kill from Regar.
Yeah, gotta agree with you. Misfits keeping up with the push here, and they're gonna keep up the turrets as well. Ragnaros is flowing around. I love the Wisp placement. You can see it on the mini map. It's in the top right corner next to the boss. This is one of the best ways for Misfits to never get caught with their pants down. If they have the Wisp around the boss there will never be a rush that we've already seen Fnatic try to go for. And they use that opportunity, knowing that their opponents are not near that Wisp, to just go all in on the fort.
Yep. Splintered Spear and Unfair Advantage is part of the kit that we're currently seeing here from Lunara, which in essence kind of is there to negate as much as of the Brightwing healing as possible and really cause a few problems in that regard. Also, you know, with the fact that it was even in death at the very beginning, as you were mentioning with Tyrael, it's all about just doing as much AoE damage as possible, and then from that point on, trying to conquer the fight that way.
Looking at the build for Vola, she has actually grabbed the Lifesteal talent for her level 13 instead of slow on the multi-shot. The Sulfuris though falls up. Splendor low on HP. He does pop a Bloodlust. Darkmok steps up and starts auto-attacking, and Medivh is taken out of the fight. Now Medivh also did pick up the Master Touch at level 7, and it just got reset.
Ouch. Sorry, Shrimpy. Sorry, mate. It's a difficult thing to accomplish. The Master ADRD himself is the one that we look to here in Europe to get that done. But of course, I mean, these comps are just a little bit wild, especially on the side of Misfits. They're going to start taking themselves a boss now. It will be boss for boss. Nurok does not have Nature's Culling, so it will be a smidge slower, but not by much.
Fnatic response. Yep, they're going to be boss in the top right. We're going to have the boss trade, as you were mentioning. Probably the best case scenario for Fnatic after losing that Medivh there. Just to get some pressure on the top of the map, and this means it all comes down to the next tribute spawn. Misfits shouldn't be near level 16 here. There will be some decent value going over to Fnatic here, as they're going to get the fort up there, but Fnatic is forced to come down to the bottom right and respawn to this boss. If not, they might lose their keep wall and get pressure on their keep.
Alright, so Medivh is still scouting out their position as they look to try and steal this easy camp. I think they might want to try and deny. No, they're just dealing with the boss, so it's not going to be the case. They will just wrestle away with that. Boss up towards the top at least got themselves a fort by the looks of things.
And Dream scenario right now is tribute spawns now for the Misfits.
Oh yeah.
If it spawns right now, they peel back, they have vision on their opponents, and they're good for the hold. The Molten Core has been used here for Fnatic. Any help that you can deny on that keep at this stage of the game is incredibly important. So they'll gladly trade out the Molten Core here. The tribute, unluckily, does spawn in the top left here for Fnatic, and Misfits also get 16 at the same time.
As you said, dream scenario for Misfits here. They're doing well. They've got that level advantage. They've got the furthest tribute possible away from their opponents to actually wrangle up and get on up there. So nicely done. Curse in favor of Misfits. It's 2-2. It's down to the wire, and Misfits is at the advantage.
Vola just revealed herself on the battleground here on the top left, defending against that keep, and Shrimpy sees all 4 members for Misfits. So Fnatic could move in for an engage if they found a target. The problem is who are you going to jump onto? Tyrael has escapes already, he's got even a death anyways. Hasselhoffs is Hasselhoffs on Tassadar. That dude's never going to die, and if he does die, that's a bug, obviously. And then you have Splendor down the bottom left, so the main target is Nurok, but Nurok is playing so well in positioning.
Tassadar, the enabler. That's what he does. He enables things. As tries to go forwards with that Holy Ground. Almost caught Breeze, but not exactly the most amazing target to go on against. That's AoE damage. Looking to now kill off this keep. They didn't go for one that was closer by elsewhere in another location. No, they went for the one that didn't have a wall. Would be really in Death's Way there will get portaled away, but the keep has fallen.
The keep goes down effortlessly there with the damage from Bala and Lenara. It just got burned away. Fnatic can't really do too much about it, especially when they're so close to level 16. Now they've hit it, they could go for an engage. Misfits does realize this. Curse has continued to finish, so they know to pull back, take their advantage they have, which is an amazing bottom lane here with catapult pressure, and go get the mercenary camps and weigh out the game. They continue to get stronger the longer this game goes on.
All right, hard camp been taken, and just kind of grabbing any camp that they can get at this point. Just going to the other side of the map. Now that 16's there, reabsorption causes some issues, I suppose, for Misfits. And I mean, where do you think Fnatic goes next? What do you think that they have to do? They have to look for fights? What's your thoughts?
With bosses not being up for a smidgen longer here,
yep.
Fights could be a thing. And the thing that they have going in favor for them is they have a counter curse available because they have 2 out of 3. So waiting for the next tribute is their best play here. Push out the lanes, make sure you have the map control, and you don't have to deal with the catapults too quickly, and then get the curse and go for a push and make your major play there, especially before Misfits hit level 20.
Don't want to overstep that gate there, because you could be trapped in by Holy Ground as well as the wall, as Tychus finds out very, very quickly. He gets away there for the moment. Likewise, so does Breeze. And that's another great Holy Ground, kind of trapping them in there for the moment, really limiting the movement of Fnatic.
Lumby trying to win the lockdown, but luckily with Smexy being here and Schwimpy with these force build, they're doing just enough. But a number of heroics were used in that fight. Leyline Seal is used to grab the front line. Wubby follows up, and that's going to be a dead Rhaegar. Puppy down.
And so, likewise, Blumby is going to be chased on towards the left-hand side here. They want to go a little bit further.
He hit the Storm Bull he's looking for here.
So.
Blumby's going to be the smite and get away. The tribute should be spawning relatively soon here. Unfortunately, only one member taken down, but Fnatic, that's the sign of life we were looking for.
Yeah, that was a good little comeback for them, considering everything that's gone on. But it comes at the price of so much effort. You see how Shrimpy has to put down portals, everyone has to kind of go through. The attention is just absolutely paramount to keep on just everything that's going on. It wasn't even Sulfura Smash that really finished off someone after the Leyline Seal. It was just the follow-up damage after. So I can't remember who it was, but they got out of the middle of the Sulfura Smash so quickly, so well.
Yeah, they certainly did. And you know what? Misfits, I feel like they were a little hungry there, diving into the keep, trying to get the kill off, and wasting so many heroics to get into the fight that they gave Fnatic that opportunity, whereas when they were playing so safe earlier on. Now the curse is here.
Oh, Trixler, I think we're going to go down to the very wire in this 5th game as well. Because
look at it. Look at the middle of the UI up there at the top. 18 to 18. Dead even. Now, there should be a slight advantage going into Fnatic if they soak this correctly and make sure to grab the experience, so they will get the 21st. And also, they're getting these fort kills, but they need to watch out.
This is going to go down as one of the greatest games in Europe's history. With the route that it's going on right now, or I mean the series as a whole, we are witnessing something special here. As Breeze and Wubby with Shrimpy up towards the top are looking to exploit damage onto heroes during this curse, as opposed to just trying to get buildings. They realize that, yeah, buildings, they're all right, but if they get one kill anywhere, just one kill, they can make a lot happen off of that.
Yeah, I totally agree here. Schwimpy with a slight portal here to get everyone to rotate over to the fort. They realize that Tyrael's in the bottom lane. This team, Misfits, is not going to fight without Tyrael. Tyrael's their main engager, the Sanctification, and of course their Holy Ground user. So they move over, grab the fort, and Fnatic takes what I would call a leap and bound in experience here. Yeah. As they now take the lead and they're about to hit 20. They hit 20, they can sneak a boss. And they knew it. They start grabbing it. Right now, the Wisp will show up, and Misfits has to make a play. They know it.
Yeah, now Fnatic can't really do that. I mean, they do have Leyline Seal, yes, but Holy Ground is probably the strongest ability in the game right now, in this game at least, to control that position, right? So if they were going to get away with that, they were hoping that Misfits just wouldn't come and have a look, which was ambitious.
Yeah, that's what Tyrael brings to this composition, just pure control. And here we go, 20 to 20. You just see it slightly ticking closer and closer for our teams. Fnatic playing with fire. As they are on the side of the Misfits right now. She would be giving full vision. A Holy Ground at any point could be disaster, could be game over. So they flow as safely as they can.
Yeah, definitely could be here, as just taking this hard camp. And we do have Abolish Magic for New Rock. Oh, I love you, New Rock. You are a legend. So it's actively like a cleanse, really, I suppose.
Yeah, to a degree. It really is there. So Nara will be hard to lock down. That is for sure. Okay, let's assess the situation here. Portal goes in. Schwimpy looking to get a little aggressive there. The Holy Ground comes out, but Wubby barely sneaks on through.
Why is Schwimpy waiting on his 20? I wonder if he's not going to go Medivh cheats. I wonder if he goes down something else. If he went invisibility, I would lose my mind. But we'll see in just a moment, I suppose.
It would give them engage against Lenara, because Lenara, actually for her, Wisp picked up the Nimble Wisp, which gives them the movement speed, but it doesn't give the reveal. It would be the reveal if they pinned it up. That would be insane for them to see if they go for the stealth here. Now Schwimpy is here on the lane, pops the Vision. Brightwing now starts to portal in. We have the cleanse used on Neuron.
All right, here we go. As Hasselhoff's just going to back off there for a moment. He did have a lot of... Okay, so it will be Medivh cheats. So still, there's a lot of potential for players with that. Redirecting your ley line seal can be very, very brutal. Portal on through. They're looking to try and get on towards Darmok there. Towards the back, protecting himself there is Schwimpy. And the Holy Ground is in a position where it could stop them going through the portal, but no.
Rear absorption comes through. Quackness gets healed back up. Breeze now on Darkmok there, but the shield from Tassadar is too much, and we have Hatred stacks up for Darkmok, so he gets these auto attacks. Every time he works in, he gets some life steal. The fight back and forth. The poke from Wubby. Both teams, though, just surviving through sheer will.
Hasselhoff's... No, sorry, Infinite. I was going to say Schwimpy managed to mount back up. They want to continue delaying this against Hasu. It's not imperative. They don't have to, because it's only one, but now they're going to go for a little bit of a fight here. We'll be taking a lot of... That's going to be the engagement coming down here from them as the Bloodless has already gone down.
The ley line seal. It hits 4 members. Darkmok on the back left is zoned out by the laser. Nurok goes in for the leaping strike. Hardened shield out for Blumby. If that falls victim, he could be taken out by Tychus here. Wubby low on HP. The poison starts to spread. There's the engage from Blumby.
And that's going to be the attempt at the Sulfura Smash. Doesn't quite do the damage that he wanted to, but it heals up a lot there on from Wubby as he gets a good Q. And he needs Portal, he needs to escape somehow, and he will actually manage to get out.
No one is dying. It's how close both these teams are, but here's the main problem. There are catapults now starting hitting the core of Fnatic. One here, a second one as well. Winions begin to need the attention here from Smexy.
And what's important is that Schwimpy continues to show himself over towards that boss. If they realize that people have backed off from that, there could have been an attempt, but not necessarily like a full completion. This is why Breeze is here as well. They do not want them starting that boss. The tribute is up towards the top, and they are going to go for it. They realize that they had to back. Brightwing's not there for a while. Likewise, nor is Ragnaros, but Brightwing can come in pretty quick.
Oh, I like the actual composure here from Fnatic. They send Smexy to the top to maybe get the tribute if they don't completely go in on this boss. Holy Ground being popped out once again. Portal moves and shenanigans occurring for both teams. This composition is just full live forever sustained.
The patience, the absolute patience on both sides here. As we did see Rehgar go back for mana. I don't think they got whiff of that, so they can't really capitalize or try and jump in.
Smexy has to leave again. There's another catapult on the core. It starts shelling away. A second one could join relatively soon. There is just a lot of pressure on that bottom lane they have to take into account.
Yeah, I think the wave might spawn before the next wave gets there and maybe deal with that catapult. So it should be, it's not too bad.
Oh, actually, yeah, you're right. Fnatic right now just cleared the other catapult as well, so they should be fine. They are taking a little bit of damage, but the minions do clean it up. They take a hit to their core in terms of the armor that's given to it, but
catapults do so much.
They don't play around, especially when you get to the late game here. It was cleaned up by the minion wave, and they also cleaned up the second catapult as the wave is moving forward. So they're doing a really good job here of just holding that lane.
And again, it comes back to what we saw in Dragonshire, but just a little bit less impactful for Fnatic, where they are poising around not only this boss for a good reason, but also this lane because they have that catapult control, as you were mentioning, killing that one off so they alleviates that spot.
It looks like our teams are trying to go for a new record here. We went to level 25 in the last game, and that's the highest we've ever done here in the HGC, but we could go higher.
I mean, I can understand. This, look, they don't care really too much about that tribute towards the top at all. What they care about is winning the damn game. And losing this boss could spell disaster. Oh my god.
Smexy, the leaping strike, jumps in. Nurok move in for the engage. Breeze will be able to escape. Ragnaros would join the team. There is the Eldruin to reveal who is in the bush. And Misfits makes a play, although it falters.
I feel that Fnatic just need to get back together a little bit, get Smexy heal themselves back up, and they did push them away from this position very, very well. Brightwing would love to sneak up there and take that trip, but it's very difficult with how intense these two teams are staring each other down, knowing that any mistake could cost them first place in Phase 1 if they're not careful here. Even as early as Week 1, we know that these are the two best teams in Europe right now, and that is how much is on the line.
There goes the Rain of Vengeance hitting on Wubby. Both Rain of Vengeance are down for Darkmark. He is getting low on mana. Smexy, though, taking most of the pressure from the Vala here. Low on HP. Storm Shield is popped. There goes Saphira's Smash, but it does not connect. Darkmark and his mechanics are in full swing.
Here we go. Darkmark played a blinder on the right-hand side. He did so much AoE damage, and now it's softened him up for the Bloodlust to actually come in. Gonna portal away here as Wubby. So much health from the Q, as well as the reabsorption coming out there. Breeze taking a lot of damage. They're also
the Molten Core, though. Here comes the Molten Swing, hitting 4 members. Blumby is taken out. Remember, he does have even in death, but he's able to dodge it. And the chase here for Fnatic begins. Stormbolt connecting. There will be the cleanse, but 1 member's down, Claris.
I can't believe what we just saw. Misfits were winning that fight. Wubby comes out with Molten Core. They'd gone too far. You can't let Molten Swing hit that many people. Fnatic now has a little bit of an opportunity here to try and put themselves back in it. While that was going on, they lost a mid-keep.
They lost a mid-keep, which means catapults are in the middle. There's also catapults in the bottom, so Smexy is trying to deal with them, but there was an engage on Breeze back left, and Murden was killed off. Misfits come in with the takedown, and now they start the race for the boss.
Oh my god. I can't believe it's coming down to this. Caswabs is going to back off for now. Darkmark is playing a really good game on that Valor right now. I can't commend him enough. He did so much damage at the beginning of that fight. Before he even ensued down towards where the Molten Core was, he is playing, his positioning has been flawless. Really good.
Yeah, it certainly has. And here is the problem for our teams. Tyrael is here. They're going for the ley line. They're going for the kills now. Fnatic knows that if they don't win this fight, they lose the game. Darkmark gets focused down. He turns around and snipes Smexy. Wubby in trouble as well. Smexy now finally taking more damage here from Nurok. Wubby will submerge, but he will not live. There's a Ragnaros in the bottom lane. We have Quacknix in trouble as well.
They tried a last-ditch effort, but it was not enough there to try and solidify that spot there without the Muradin available to them. That is going to hurt so badly. This boss is going to be taken by Misfits, and the stamina, the fortitude, the commence that we have seen from Misfits here in this series has been absolutely superb.
And they will be rewarded with a boss here. They start pushing, marching towards the core of Fnatic in Game 5 here. They find Quacknix. Quacknix gets popped here with poison. Nurok secures the takedown. Here's a force wall as well. Breeze doing his best to slow down all the members in the back line, but that boss continues to march in the bottom lane. Brightwing in the back is dealing with Vala by himself on the core. Darkmark goes for the kill. He secures the takedown on Brightwing, and Misfits will gleefully walk towards the core and take their victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Week 1 of HGC Europe as Misfits take the victory 3-2 and solidify themselves here in Europe. Unbelievable stuff. I cannot express how awesome that series was.
Welcome to Europe if you're new. Welcome to HGC. We'll be here with these games every single weekend. It was spectacular to watch these two teams butt heads against each other, but Misfits will come out on top with the 3-2. Fnatic, man, is going to be heartbroken after that one, but they have the chance for redemption in the future weeks here, as they will definitely have to face off against the Misfits.
I'm just shaking a little bit. That was so good. That was so good. It was everything we built this series up to be and everything we expected. I mean, commiserations to Fnatic only taking that loss.
Yeah.
But they showed their quality. They showed their class.
They certainly did. And someone I want to call out is Darkmark. In the first couple of games, he was getting picked off. It seemed like he was just having a bad day, but he turned it up alongside the rest of his team for the 3rd, 4th, and 5th game, and they were able to secure the win mostly because of his mechanics there in game number 5. Him and Nurok, with the aid of his supports, were able to absolutely destroy. Now, we will be going to HGC North America soon, but we're going to get on a Skype call here with Blumby and get his thoughts on all the information situation that happened here as soon as he is available.
Yeah, there's. I don't know who's shaking more, me or him. Probably him, I think. In the room.
How do I work my webcam? Skype, how do I enter into it? Yeah. Gosh, man, I can't believe we were just blessed to have these games here on the Sunday, the last day of the weekend for our first weekend here in HGC. If you loved it, man, please come back next weekend. We're definitely going to be here on Friday. We still have more stuff for North America later on, but this is HGC. Please get used to it. You're going to be having these games all the time. It feels good, man. It feels good. It looks like we're getting onto Skype here, so as soon as we actually connect, we will start our conference with Blumby and get his thoughts.
Yeah. It feels like there's a certain air, there's a certain feeling in the studio right now where there's a lot of energy.
Everyone just quiet here and just taking it in, you know. Here we have Blumby. Blumby, hello, can you hear us?
Hello, I can hear you.
That is the smile of someone that is very happy yet relieved. How are you feeling?
I don't know. It's just a flashback. All these best of fives that go to game 5. It reminds me so much of Gamescom. And I don't know. Again, we beat them on the last map, and we actually made it work. And I'm just really happy right now.
I've got to ask the first question then. I mean, as you say, after Gamescom, what are you feeling right now? Like, the fact that it goes all the way to 5 and you kind of get that revenge, that redemption there against Fnatic, who stopped you from going to BlizzCon. That must feel good.
I mean, we got the revenge at last year at the Nexus Games already, kind of. But, of course, this is an official tournament, and the most important one, or, the games leading up to tournaments. And, I don't know. It just feels super good. Obviously, to win against Fnatic and Dignitas both, it's really good.
That's awesome to hear. Just one more question before we let you go, Blumby. Yes, you mentioned it. This first week was probably the hardest situation for you guys going against Fnatic and Dignitas. What's the plan going forward? How do you guys stay at top-tier form?
We're going to keep scrimming. Actually, we didn't scrim Fnatic and Dignitas the last weeks because we faced them, obviously. So we're actually really happy that we get to scrim them now and that we get to share our thoughts on the meta. And I think the meta game will change. It will not stay like it is. I think it will evolve when we share our strats and see what comes together.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Any shout-outs before we let you go?
Yeah, I mean, shout-outs to Misfits. I brought the shirt.
Awesome.
Thanks for sponsoring, and see you.
Thank you so much, Blumby, and good luck to the rest of you and the Misfits. That's going to do it for us here at HGC Europe. Sorry for going over again if you're looking forward to North America. Of course, that will be coming up relatively soon. Here is a schedule for the games that you'll be seeing later on, our Game 3 and Game 4 of the day. We just, of course, saw the matchups that happened between Trick Esports and Team Expert. Team Expert won with a 3-0. Misfits do win it in a nail-biting series against Fnatic. Up later on, North America, after you get a small break, if you will. B-Step taking on Team 8. Team Navintic and Gale Force Esports to end the day. No better way to end your weekend than HGC. And we'll be back next Friday. Here is going to be the schedule for what games we're going to be watching. I'm excited for this. We're starting off with Team Dignitas taking on Synergy. Synergy surprised us this weekend. I feel like they actually have a chance there against Dignitas. Diamond Skin and B Genius will also break it out in HGC Europe. And of course, Tempo Storm, Team Freedom, No Tomorrow, and Superstars